Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So guys, this is our group. I would like to introduce my group. There is Siti Hamidah, Atika Dinda, Maya Dwi Sukma, and Lucy Septari. In here, we will discuss about the material, and for the first material will be tell for Maya Dwi Sukma. The time is yours.
Okay, I will explain about generalizing and making inference. One, generalizing. Generalizing or generalization is taking one or few facts and making a broader, more universal statement, or generalization is a change in the meaning of a word to be broader. The meaning of a word has become more inclusive than even before. Generalizing in English, many past and present participles of verbs can be used as adjective. Jadi, generalizing atau generalization adalah makna kata yang menjadi lebih luas. Next. Generalize of verb, there are two verbs. First, transitive verb. Transitive verb, to give a general form to. Next, to derive or induce a general conception or principle from particulars. B, to draw a general conclusion from. And to give general applicability to generals, allow also to make indefinite. Second, intransitive verb. Intransitive verb, to from, generalize also, to make fact or indefinite statement. She is always generalizing about men. And to spread or extend throughout the body. Next, statements of generalization. First, all parents try to make life difficult for their children. Every salesman lies to make more money on a sale. Second, homework is very easy. Third, homework is very hard. Next, the United States is colder than Europe. Women all want to have large families, and men are all afraid of commitment. Next, making inference. Definition. Inference is the idea of ideas or conclusion drawn from evidence and reasons. The benefit of the conclusion or conclusion is that the reader can find out about the meaning and purpose of the text. The answer to the sentence is not directly written in the text, but we must be able to make or quit based on information or facts in the text indirectly. Because it comes from the text, the meaning is implied in the text. By concluding, you get a lot more of the story. Jadi, making inference adalah membuat gagasan ide atau kesimpulan yang diambil dari bukti dan alasan yang fakta. Next, how to make inference. First, identify inference questions. You need to determine whether you are really asked to make conclusion about the reading test or not. The most obvious question is the word suggests, implies, or concludes. Second, believe the reading. You must let go of your preconceived notions and prior knowledge and use the passage to prove that the conclusion you have chosen are correct. Third, hunting Hans. Hans can be supporting details, vocabulary, character actions, descriptions, or dialogue. And narrow down the options. Make all the hints for a particular sentence and that sentence refers to the text. Practice write the conclusion in which the reference in the question was made in the first step. Next, make conclusion as you read. To draw conclusion from what you read, take 2 or more details from what you read and see if you can draw any conclusion. Remember, drawing conclusions isn't just about making will guts. You need to make a supportive decisions just as you might reasonably conclude that tree is a baby in the stroller. But don't reasonably conclude that third is a grocery store. Even though both are technically questions. When you are asked an inference questions, go back and look for clause in the text, such as words that relate directly to the question you might be asked, or such as for a multiple choice test, or words that convey an opinion. When we make conclusions, we draw conclusions based on the evidence we have. When we make conclusion while reading, we use the evidence provided in the text to draw logical conclusions. The outdoor speaker doesn't not come on and state the answer to the question we ask from the text instead. We must use the available evidence to make informed statements to answer any question we ask. Next, making inference. Making inference is an understanding strategy used by advanced readers to read between the lines, making connections and drawing conclusions about the meaning and purpose of the text. You have draw conclusions all the time. For example, imagine you go to a friend's house and they point to the sofa and say, "Don't sit there. Cindy came on with the baby again." What can you logically conclude? First, you know there must be a reason not to sit where your friend is pointing. Furthermore, the reason for not sitting there was related to the fact that Cindy had just visited her baby. You don't know what's really going on, but you can draw conclusion and never have to ask any more questions to know that you don't want to sit there. That's all for me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, that's all from Maya Dwi Sukma. Next, for the next material, this will be tell from Lucy Septari. The time is yours.
Okay, moderator, thank you. Okay. Okay, now I will explain about summarizing and underlining. The first definition of summarizing. Definition summarizing as recording text to 1/3 or 1/4 its original size, clearly articulating the author's meaning and portraying main idea. Summarizing involves stating a word, taste, and main idea simply, briefly, and accurately. And next, purpose of the summarizing. The purpose of summarizing is to briefly present the key points of a theory or work in order to provide context for your argument or thesis. Next, next process of summarizing. Number 1, read the work first to understand the author intents. This is a crucial step because an incomplete reading could lead to an inaccurate summary. Number 2, in your own words, write the thesis and main idea in point form. Number 3, decide which points are crucial to an concrete summary of the author's work. It is very important that the summary does not misrepresent the author's argument. Number 4, edit the summary by deleting extraneous descriptors, details, and examples. And number 5, read read the original word, the answer that you have actually presented the main idea in your summary. Number 6, besides the solid essay writing, the goals of the brief and general orator than supporting. Jadi ringkasan merupakan sebagai pengurangan teks menjadi sepertiga atau seperempat ukuran aslinya, mengartikulasikan dengan jelas makna penulis, mempertahankan ide-ide utama. Next, I will explain about the underlining. The first definition of underline. Underline is a character that's originally excited in the typo rights and aims to provide a line under the written text. Usually, in the Microsoft Word, the letter U with a line under I. Underlined text indicates that the text has important meaning from other normal text. Next, function of underline. Underlining serves almost the same function as bold and italic. When computer technology was not as fast as it is today. As we know, the old generation typewriters did not have bold and italic printing facilities. Underline is a character level formatting command to underline letters. Underline is a characters level formatting command that serves to underline. Jadi, underline adalah karakter yang awalnya ada dalam mesin ketik dan bertujuan memberi garis yang berada di bawah teks tulisan. Atau underline atau garis bawah adalah perintah pemformatan tingkat karakter untuk memberikan garis bawah pada huruf atau angka. Okay, that's all from me. Back to moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for this Separi, for the very good
Thank you to moderator Fanny. And now I will explain about taking notes and outlining. The first is taking notes. Taking note is the practice of recording information, text from other sources. By taking notes, record the gist of the information. Meaning there means from having to remember all the information. Taking note also make it easier for reader to mark important things in the book or article they are reading. And second, purpose of taking note. Taking note is important for two main reasons. The first is help you concrete, and taking notes help deepen your understanding. Also, taking good notes together with correct citation of your work help remove plagiarism. Not taking force you to pay attention and help you focus in class or while reading a textbook. It helps you learn. Studies on learning show that actively engaging with the topic by listening and the summarizing what you heard help you understand and remember that information later. And type of taking notes have three types. more than those who listen to the lesson without note-taking. Number 2, take complete notes. Number 3, take detailed notes. Number 4, look for note-taking cues. Number 5, reviews your notes. Number 6, reply lectures. Number 7, take headword notes. Jadi di dalam taking notes ini, taking notes itu berfungsi sebagai catatan penting saat kita membaca. Sebagai seorang reader, kita harus mempunyai taking notes. Supaya apa? Supaya kita mengerti hal-hal penting dan hal-hal yang harus kita ingat dari informasi apa yang kita baca, maka dibutuhkan taking notes. Jadi taking notes sangat berfungsi untuk seorang pembaca. Okay, next material. I will explain about outlining. An outlining is a breakdown of the main and supporting ideas in your essay, report, or speech. The line by which a figure or object indefinite or bounded. Contour, a drawing or sketch, a raised cut, to line with hard sanding or modeling of forms. A general sketch, a cone or report indicating only the main features, as of a book, subject, or project. An outline of medieval history. An outline of a speech outlines the essential features of main aspect of something under discussion. At the first meeting, we gave her only the outlines of the project. Okay, next, purpose make a outline. Purpose make a outlining is to lens or describe only the most important part of, for example, essay, speech, plan, etc. Outlining will help you construct an organic idea in a sequential manner and thoughtful flow. Doing so allow you to pick relevant information or quotes from sources early on, giving written steady foundation and groundwork when beginning the writing process. Okay, next is type of outline. We have 3 types: working outline, full sentence outline, and speaking outline. To outline is to summarize the main point or the other edge of something. An example of to outline is to write the important details of a planned novel before you write it. An example of to outline is track the shape of the canvas revealing in the detail in a painting. So in essence, make an outline help you us to describe and mark the important points of an essay, speech, or other reading. Nah, jadi outlining ini berfungsi sebagai garis besar. Maksudnya seperti ini. Sebelum kita membuat misalkan sebuah novel, nah jadi kita harus temukan outliningnya dulu. Novel ini bagaimana berjalannya, novel ini apa-apa saja garis besarnya. Misalkan membuat subjudul seperti itu. Okay, thank you. That's all my explain. Back to moderator. Thank you for attention.
Thank you for explain by Hamida. Next, Atika Dinda. The time is yours.
Okay, I will explain about drawing conclusion and predicting outcome. Drawing conclusion means in general terms to come to the end of a written assignment. To draw a conclusion, however, demands that one has reached the end of a recent argument, ordinarily in response to a predetermined question from an examiner of some kind. Jadi di sini maksudnya menarik kesimpulan ini tidak bisa secara mutlak, walaupun argumen yang benar tuh sangat kuat, tapi nggak bisa diambil dari argumen tersebut. Conclusion must be based on the issues discussed and also have an advance base that can be used in writing essay. In writing essay, it is advance-based conclusion that we use. Jadi penarikan kesimpulan ini yang berdasarkan bukti juga digunakan dalam membuat esai, yaitu argumen yang kita gunakan ditarik kesimpulannya dari kesimpulan yang dapat diambil buktinya, dan itu bisa kita padukan dengan kesimpulan-kesimpulan dari pembuat atau kritikus sebelumnya. Oleh karena itu, penarikan kesimpulan ini juga dibutuhkan bukti atau dasar-dasar yang kuat. Selanjutnya, why is drawing conclusion an important reading strategy? Drawing conclusion is an important skill for readers to learn because it encourages readers to pay attention to why they are reading, use what they know from life experience, and look at the details and facts in the text as clues that will help them draw conclusion about what is meant but not explicitly stated. Jadi kenapa menarik kesimpulan ini penting? Karena dengan menarik kesimpulan lebih meningkatkan fokus dan pemahaman kita ketika kita sedang membaca. And next, how do we draw conclusion? Drawing conclusion is using information that is implied or inferred to make meaning out of what is not clearly stated. In order to draw conclusion, reader must first understand and gather information about what they are reading. That's why readers can easily draw conclusion using their own arguments. And next, predicting outcomes. A reader predicts outcomes by making a guess about what is going to happen. Think about meteorologists, weather forecasters. A reader doesn't simply guess at what might happen but should factor in all the events and think through them logically before predicting what will happen next in the story predicting. Jadi maksudnya di sini, predict can be done from things that we have been know before. Making prediction in reading also help readers understand what they are reading. This is because the readers will guess whether the prediction is correct or not. And next, why prediction outcomes is an important. Predicting is an important reading strategy. It allows students to use information from the text, such as titles, heading, pictures, and diagrams, to anticipate what will happen in the story. Making prediction is also a valuable strategy to improve reading comprehension. In here, predict can be done from things that we have been know before. Jadi prediksi ini bisa kita kaitkan dari hal-hal sebelumnya. Jadi kita bisa prediksi apa yang bakal terjadi ke cerita selanjutnya. And next, how to predicting outcome. First, look for the reason for action. The point of here is the reader must know why did he predict this would happen and what is the reason. And the second is find implied meaning. Maksudnya di sini yaitu readers must focus and be able to find implied meanings so they can predict what will happen next. And third, sort out fact from opinion. The point is, the readers must also be able to see which part of the facts and which part is opinion. And the last one is make comparisons. The point is, the reader must be able to remember what happened before in order to relate the events he just go. That's why the reader can predict the next event. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, that is the way to analyze a text has been described by members of this group. Thank you for Atika Dinda. In here, I would like to give some conclusion, some rating. Namely, such as generalizing, inference, summarizing, underline, taking notes, outline, drawing, conclusion, and reader planning. It all is about how to analyze text. And first, generalizing that my friends tell before. You will taking one or few facts and making a broader or universal. Jadi seseorang dapat menemukan sebuah fakta. Jadi fakta tersebut akan diluaskan, didefinisikan lebih luas, serta perubahan makna sebuah kata menjadi lebih luas. Selanjutnya inferensi atau inference. Inference is the ideas or conclusion drawn from evidence and research. So inference have the benefit that my friends said before. Manfaatnya antara lain agar pembaca dapat mengetahui tentang arti dan tujuan dari teks tersebut. Jadi, so for people that read the inference, we will know about the purpose and meaning of the text. Next, define summarizing. When you want to make some summarizing is when you reduce the text become from three paragraph become a 2 paragraph. So when ketika kamu meringkas suatu teks, jadi kamu akan melakukan sebuah pengurangan teks menjadi sepertiga atau seperempat ukuran aslinya. Meringkas melibatkan pernyataan tesis dan gagasan utama sebuah karya menjadi sederhana, singkat, dan akurat. So next for underline. Underline is a character that originally exists in typewriters and aims to provide a line under the right sentence. So it means like underline is rarely to find. When you open the Microsoft Word, you will find the U symbol with the underline. You can use that because underline is a character level formatting command that serves to underline letters. Next, taking notes is important. I have 2 reasons to say it. It helps you concentrate, and taking notes helps deepen your understanding. So when you mengambil sebuah catatan, kamu akan menemukan pemahaman yang lebih dalam lagi. Jadi kamu akan dapat mengerti apa arti teks tersebut. Next, outline. Outline is breakdown of the main and supporting ideas in your essay, report, or speech. Jadi outline ini adalah garis besar dari sebuah idea di sebuah laporan atau pidato. Next, drawing conclusion is an important skill for readers to learn because it encourages readers to pay attention to what they are reading. So, conclusion untuk menemukan sebuah sebuah dasar pada pembaca untuk menarik perhatian pembaca apa yang mereka baca. Use what they know from last experiences, so kamu bisa menggunakan sebuah pengalaman hidup. Next, for the last, a reader predicts outcomes by making a guess about what is going to happen. So ketika kamu membaca sebuah teks, kamu seharusnya to guess, kamu seharusnya menebak apa yang akan terjadi selanjutnya. Readers are given the opportunity to reflect and evaluate text, thus extracting deeper meaning and comprehension skills. So when you use the reader predict, you will get a deeper meaning atau maksud yang lebih dalam dari sebuah teks tersebut. So that is my conclusion or my summary. Thank you. And if we have a worse word or we will apologizing too much. So that's all from me and my friends. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for Mem that give this material, and I will see you soon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.